Have you ever wondered how tiny chemicals in our brains can influence our thoughts, feelings, and even our perceptions of reality? Today, we're diving deep into the fascinating world of neuroscience to explore a question that's been puzzling scientists for years. Can a lack of acetylcholine, a crucial brain chemical, cause schizophrenia and schizoaffective disorder? First things first, what exactly is acetylcholine? Acetylcholine, often abbreviated as ACH, is a neurotransmitter. Think of neurotransmitters as the brain's messengers. They carry chemical signals from one nerve cell to another, allowing different parts of our body and brain to communicate seamlessly. Acetylcholine plays several vital roles. 1. Muscle movement. It controls voluntary muscle movements. Whenever you decide to pick up a cup of coffee or type on your keyboard, acetylcholine is at work, transmitting signals from your nerves to your muscles, telling them to contract. 2. Brain function. It's deeply involved in memory, learning, and thinking. Acetylcholine influences how excited our neurons are, how they release other neurotransmitters, and how they coordinate activities within the brain. 3. Immunity. Surprisingly, it also helps our immune system by aiding T cells in migrating to infected tissues, helping us fight off illnesses. Acetylcholine is made from two components, choline and an acetyl group. Choline is found in foods like egg yolks, soybeans, liver, and seeds. Our bodies can also produce some choline in the liver, but we primarily get it from our diet. A bit of history. Acetylcholine was the first neurotransmitter ever discovered. Back in 1914, Henry Hallett Dale identified it, and in 1936, he and Otto Loewy received the Nobel Prize in Physiology or Medicine for their groundbreaking work on neurotransmitters. Now, let's talk about schizophrenia and schizoaffective disorder. Schizophrenia is a chronic mental health condition that affects how a person thinks, feels, and behaves. It's characterized by symptoms like hallucinations, seeing or hearing things that aren't there, delusions, disorganized thinking, and cognitive difficulties. Schizoaffective disorder combines symptoms of schizophrenia with mood disorder symptoms, such as depression or bipolar disorder. People with schizoaffective disorder experience a mix of schizophrenia symptoms and mood swings, making it a complex condition to manage. Both disorders can be debilitating, affecting every aspect of a person's life, from relationships to work to daily functioning. So, can a lack of acetylcholine be linked to schizophrenia and schizoaffective disorder? Recent research suggests that low levels of acetylcholine in the brain might play a role in some of the symptoms associated with these conditions. Let's break it down. 1. Cognitive dysfunction. People with schizophrenia often experience cognitive difficulties. This includes problems with memory, attention, and executive functions like planning and organizing. Interestingly, these issues can appear even before the more noticeable symptoms like hallucinations. Acetylcholine is crucial for cognitive processes. Low levels might contribute to these cognitive deficits, making it harder for individuals to process information and respond appropriately. 2. Sensory gating deficit. Sensory gating is our brain's ability to filter out unnecessary stimuli. For example, if you're in a noisy cafe, your brain filters out the background chatter so you can focus on your friend's conversation. Many people with schizophrenia have a sensory gating deficit, meaning they struggle to filter out irrelevant stimuli. This can be overwhelming and contribute to symptoms like paranoia or disorganized thinking. Acetylcholine is involved in this filtering process. A deficiency might impair the brain's ability to gate sensory information properly. 3. Hallucinations. Hallucinations, particularly auditory, hearing voices, and visual ones, are hallmark symptoms of schizophrenia. While the exact cause is complex and multifaceted, disruptions in neurotransmitter systems, including acetylcholine, might contribute. 4. Muscarinic receptor levels. Muscarinic receptors are a type of receptor in the brain that acetylcholine binds to, facilitating its action. Postmortem studies, research conducted after individuals have passed away, have shown a decrease in muscarinic receptor levels in several brain areas of people with schizophrenia. Fewer receptors mean that even if acetylcholine is present, it can't exert its effects efficiently, leading to the symptoms we've discussed. Let's delve a bit deeper into what scientific studies have uncovered. Researchers like Elizabeth Scarr and her colleagues have been exploring the cholinergic system. That's the system in our body that uses acetylcholine, as it relates to psychiatric disorders. In one review, they pointed out that changes in the cholinergic system could affect how the brain functions overall. Since acetylcholine interacts with other neurotransmitters like glutamate, GABA, dopamine, and serotonin, all of which are implicated in schizophrenia, a disruption in acetylcholine levels could have widespread effects. Moreover, some studies have found that medications that activate muscarinic acetylcholine receptors can reduce schizophrenia symptoms. This suggests that enhancing acetylcholine activity might be beneficial. But it's not all straightforward. Other trials using drugs that increase acetylcholine haven't always shown significant improvements. This indicates that the relationship between acetylcholine and schizophrenia is complex and not solely dependent on acetylcholine levels. Nicotine connection. Here's an interesting tidbit. People with schizophrenia are more likely to smoke than the general population. Some experts believe this might be a form of self-medication. Nicotine mimics acetylcholine and binds to nicotinic acetylcholine receptors in the brain. By doing so, it might temporarily alleviate some symptoms or improve cognitive function. However, smoking brings along its own health risks, so it's not a recommended treatment. This brings us to the muscarinic hypothesis of schizophrenia. In simple terms, this hypothesis suggests that a malfunction in the muscarinic acetylcholine receptors contributes to schizophrenia. Remember those muscarinic receptors we talked about earlier? They're one of the primary ways acetylcholine exerts its effects in the brain. According to this hypothesis, decreased muscarinic receptor levels. People with schizophrenia often have fewer muscarinic receptors in key brain. This reduction means acetylcholine can't work effectively, leading to symptoms. Balance with other neurotransmitters. Acetylcholine doesn't work in isolation. It interacts with dopamine, glutamate, GABA, and serotonin systems. An imbalance in acetylcholine can disrupt this harmony, potentially leading to the onset schizophrenia symptoms. Inflammation link. Acetylcholine also has anti-inflammatory properties in the brain. Might lead to increased inflammation, which some studies have linked to psychiatric disorders. So, if acetylcholine plays a role in schizophrenia, what does this mean for treatment? Cholinergic agents. Medications that enhance acetylcholine activity, known as cholinergic agents, have been explored. Cholinesterase inhibitors. These drugs prevent the breakdown of acetylcholine, increasing its levels in the brain. Some small studies have shown that they might help with cognitive symptoms in schizophrenia. However, larger trials haven't found significant benefits. Muscarinic agonists. These drugs directly stimulate muscarinic receptors. Preliminary research suggests they might reduce some schizophrenia symptoms, but more studies are needed. Challenges. Complexity of the cholinergic system. Simply increasing acetylcholine levels doesn't always lead to improvements. The brain's neurotransmitter systems are intricately connected, and altering one can have unintended effects on others. Side effects. Medications that affect the cholinergic system can have side effects like nausea, diarrhea, and bradycardia, slow heart rate, which might limit their use. Individual differences. Not everyone with schizophrenia has the same neurochemical changes. What works for one person might not work for another. It's important to remember that schizophrenia and schizoaffective disorder are complex conditions, influenced by a mix of genetic, environmental, and neurochemical factors. While acetylcholine may play a role, it's just one piece of a larger puzzle. Ongoing research continue to explore genetic factors. Understanding genes related to the cholinergic system might reveal why some people are more affected by acetylcholine deficiencies. New medications. Developing drugs that target specific muscarinic receptors without unwanted side effects. Biomarkers. Identifying measurable indicators, like receptor levels, that can help tailor treatments to individual needs. Holistic treatment. Managing these disorders often involves a combination of medication. Antipsychotics are the mainstay, but adjunct therapies targeting other neurotransmitters are being investigated. Therapy, cognitive behavioral therapy, and other forms of counseling can help individuals cope with symptoms. Lifestyle factors, healthy diet, exercise, and avoiding substances like nicotine can make a difference. In conclusion, while a lack of acetylcholine might contribute to certain symptoms of schizophrenia and schizoaffective disorder, it's not the sole cause. These conditions result from a complex interplay of various factors. Understanding the role of acetylcholine offers promising avenues for research and potential new treatments. However, more studies are needed to fully grasp how best to leverage this knowledge to help those affected. If you or someone you know is dealing with schizophrenia, schizoaffective disorder, or any mental health concerns, it's crucial to consult with healthcare professionals. They can provide personalized advice and support based on the latest research. Thank you for joining us on this exploration of the brain's intricate chemistry. Stay curious, stay informed, take care of your mental health, and always remember to question your reality. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into the fascinating world of neuroscience and mental health. See you next time.